Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode. Today we are starting things off at the storage for our crazy gold farm. This thing is unbelievable. So between episodes I haven't had that much chance to get stuff done. But in a way that's a good thing because I've been AFK and I've been getting a bit of gold. Now it looks like there's not a lot and that's because I've crafted it all up. So I've crafted all these nuggets into ingots and then all those into blocks. And this is what I got. A full shulker box of gold. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then I did a bit more AFK. And I got the same amount again. And a little bit more. As I mentioned, this farm is crazy. So the plan for today is to pretty this area up a bit. Because I've just got glass here at the bottom. Which you may notice is got the connected texture now. So I have Optifine installed. And I have just done that this second. So it's the first I've seen it. And I'm glad to have it back. So yeah, as I say, I'm gonna make this area a lot better. There's going to be a way of actually getting up here. They'll probably have a nether portal at this level anyway. And I've got a few ideas. I'm going to try and get some piglins in and a few other things. Maybe a nice way of getting up to the top without flying. But before I get on with that, I've got a couple more things I just want to show you. Okay, so last time, this was all open. I dug out a big room for some reason. Absolutely no use for it. So it was just causing problems with loads of spawns. It was stopping me use the player kill part of that farm, which I still can't really, but this has made it a little bit better. So I've put this soul sand down to my other portal down there, and then I've spawn-proofed this with the buttons, and I've spawn-proofed the sides just with the blackstone slabs. So down here as well, this is the one that goes to my quad witch hut, and then down here I've added a couple more portals as well. And this is so fast. I love this soul sand. It's brilliant. And then this goes to my main base. Oh, sorry, to my starter village, and then I've added one going right down there. It's about 300 blocks, and that goes to the end portal. So the build I've got in mind for around the gold farm storage is to use a fair bit of blackstone. Now, the problem is, I used almost all of what I had doing this. So, yeah, I didn't have a lot. But I've done a little bit of mining, and I got some more. So this should be more than enough for what I need for this. And the other little thing I did as well was done a bit of spawn proofing around here. So I've gone all the way through this cave, added all the buttons in so nothing can spawn along here. There may be a few little spots I've missed, but I just wanted an excuse to zoom. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I love zooming. Okay, and I've done all this cave as well. There's quite a bit. So I spent a bit of time doing that, but it's still nowhere near. The player kill part of the gold farm is still nowhere near. I've got so much more spawn proofs to do in the nether. But that is a massive job, and it's going to take a long time. So I'll get around to that eventually, but a few other things to get done first. There's something wrong with this, and I think I know what it is. There we go, that's better. All redstone should be placed on gold blocks from now on, no exceptions. Right, welcome back to the overworld. We haven't seen this for a while, have we? Right, so this is my Badlands area where I'm planning on building my reclusive civilization that are abusing their nether trades and keeping themselves separate from the rest of the world. I thought this was good a place as any to start experimenting with the new blocks. Right, so let's start off with some of the basics. Now, when you go to the nether, you'll see in the Crimson Forest, the Crimson Nylium, and the Warped Forest, you get the Warped Nylium. Now, when you go, make sure you take a Silk Touch pickaxe and grab one block of each. Now, you can get a few more if you want, but you only need one block. Because if you place netherrack next to either of these, and then bone meal it, you can make as much of this stuff as you want, which is brilliant. Now, the next thing we can do with it is if we bone meal the Nylium, we get all of this stuff. So you get the crimson roots and quite a few other things as well. But what we're really looking for is the fungus, which you do find in the nether. And by all means, if you want to go into the nether, go get as much of that as you can. But I like doing it this way. I like doing this in the overworld where it's nice and safe and there's no piglins trying to get me. So if we just bone meal this, and just like that, that's what I'm looking for. So these fungus is what you use to grow the new trees. Now, it's a bit tiring doing that. You know, right clicking, then breaking out. Now, can't be doing that. We like to automate things. So that's what this is over here. I've got this little contraption here, which is just basic clock, just a standard delay clock. It probably could be a bit faster, but it does the job for now. So if I just turn this lever off, this will turn this back on, and all it does is pushes these pistons across, and then there's a slight delay on this one, it pushes them back. And underneath we have got an observer pointing into some redstone, which powers this block and then powers this dispenser, which is where we've got our bone meal. So when the floor shifts, this is getting bone mealed and then it's shifting and breaking it. So this is giving us both types, because every time it moves, there's a different block there. And I'm getting loads of stuff from this. This is exactly what I need. Now, as I say, you can do this a lot faster, but this is more than good enough for what I need. And then from there, I've just been throwing all the stuff that I don't want into there. So all these roots, I can turn these back into bone meal. And all I've been doing is keeping the fungus to grow some of the trees. So let's do that now. So if we just plant these fungus, just like you would a sapling, and then we can bone meal them. They do grow pretty quickly, and some of them grow really tall, especially when you have them close together like this. We just need a hoe to break these warped wall blocks, and then as you'd expect, just an axe for breaking the wood. So once we've got all those down, obviously these blocks are pretty cool, but you can also convert them into bone meal as well. So you do get quite a lot of them from chopping these down. You get way more warp blocks than you do with wood, so you'll probably end up with tons of them by the time you've got the amount of wood you want. So I've just been putting them in there for now. And as you can see, once you've grown these trees, sometimes this turns back into netherrack, but just bone meal it again and you get it back. And this is where we get the shroomlights from as well. So that is definitely great that those are farmable. And the other interesting thing that we have in the new nether blocks is this stuff. Well, not that stuff, this stuff in particular, basalt, which also can be automated, which is great fun. So let's have a look at how this works. So all we need is soul soil and blue ice and a bucket of lava. So when I first tried this, for some reason I thought it was soul sand and packed ice, and that doesn't work. Trust me, that doesn't work. So what we need to do is have soul soil in the ground with lava running onto it, and it has to have a block of blue ice just next to it. So if we just put that here, when that flows onto the soul soil, it turns into basalt. If you've ever played Skyblock, this will look very familiar. So imagine this is water. Obviously this wouldn't work because it'd be obsidian, but you know what I mean? It's the same kind of deal. You just stand there, break it, and then it'll come back, and you can just keep breaking it like that. That's no fun. Not going to do it that way. So speaking of Skyblock, this is something similar to what I've done in Skyblock before. So if we just give this a kick to get it started, what this is doing is this observer is detecting when this changes, and it's sending a pulse into this piston and pushing it across. Now this will push it across 12 blocks. And I've done something similar to this with a stone generator. And then when it gets to the end, I had a row of 12 pistons along the bottom that pushed it up into the air, 12 high. And then behind that, there was a whole wall of pistons that pushed it towards where I'm standing now. And I was going to do it that way. I was going to set all this up so I could have like a massive block of basalt and come along with my efficiency 5 pickaxe and haste tool beacon and mine it all out. But I've seen a much better design than this, so I'm going to get rid of all this now. Okay, so the farm that I'm looking at using was designed by Cubfan135, and I'll put a link to his video in the description, but I'm just going to show the basics of how that works here. So if we just dig out 5x4 I need. Now this also needs minecart tracks underneath it, but this is just showing you how it works, so I'm not actually building it to use at the moment. Okay, so what we need to do is put down the middle 10 blocks of the soul soil, just like that, and then across the top we have the blue ice. Now this still works, it doesn't have to be touching the soul soil as long as the lava is touching both of them. That's all we need. And then what we can do is put the lava down the side, and the same on the other side. Now imagine we've got minecarts going under this soul soil, so that's going to get picked up, and then what we can do is just stand here mining this out, and then okay, so I can't even mine it. Obviously, I would have haste too when I was doing this for real, but this is crazy. Getting absolute tons. I'm probably losing it all into the lava in a minute, but that would get picked up. But I am getting a little bit sidetracked. I don't actually need any of this stuff today. I'm just playing because it's new blocks and, you know, it's exciting. So I think what we need to do now is get back to the gold farm storage and start making some progress on that. Right, so we're back where we started. At this big wall of chests, which isn't very pleasing to look at, is it? But what we're going to do, we're going to change that out. I've been toying with a few ideas. Obviously, I have to use the blackstone because it's great. I love that block. That obviously lends itself to quite a dungeon feel. And because we're going to have the piglins in here as well, it makes sense to do that dungeon kind of thing. But a lot of people are doing that, so I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. So I think because this is a gold farm, it also makes sense that this is like, it should look quite grand and like expensive and a bit showy. So with that in mind, what I want to do is have a mix of the blackstone and quartz. So it'll be really high contrast, and then I'm going to bring in some of the gold blocks as well, because, you know, I've got a lot of gold blocks, I should decorate with them, and I think it's going to look pretty good. So I've got a basic design in mind. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a time lapse and get this built up, and then we'll attempt to get some piglins in and do a bit of bartering, and hopefully get their loot also sorted as well, which is quite a challenge. But we'll get to that. Let's get this thing built. Well, I was aiming for grand, and I think this is looking pretty grand to me. Very flashy with all the quartz and the gold blocks, and obviously you've got the crying obsidian as well. So yeah, this looks like a wealthy man's storage room. I like it. I did a little bit more after the time lapse. I just trying to work out what was going on in this area, because this I just did off the top of my head, because I was originally going to have the piglins along this section here, because it's just wide enough to have 4 of them with a 1 block space in between. But I decided to move that over here, so then this would give me an area that I could have 4 cleric villages, because I was only going to have 1, maybe 2, to get rid of all the rotten flesh. But then I remembered that clerics you can actually trade gold with as well. So this could be an absolutely crazy supply of emeralds, this. So I'm going to put 4 villages in here, and then have 4 piglins over this side. Now, I've stopped here because I wanted to get the piglins in now, because I'd just flown away to get something, and I came back and there was 2 piglins on the roof. So I thought, now I've seen them, as good a time as any, I might as well try and get some in. But I've got some name tags, so let's have a fly around and come back and see if we can get some piglins in there. And I think the best name for a piglin is this, definitely. Right, here we go, see if we can get this guy in. Don't shoot me. Come on. What's this? Go down there. There's more. There's more. There's gold. Yes. I didn't put the glass back. Should do it. Right, so if I just name him. There we go. That was easy. Right, now to secure him completely, I need to get a glass block on his head. But because he's done on a carpet, I can't do that. Just wait. I'm trying to explain. So if I put a piston behind this glass block, without him shooting me, and I power that, I should push the glass on top of his head. There we go. Right, 1 down, 3 to go. Don't want you. You wanna go to me? Right. Now, can I get all 3 of them? Where are you going there? Oh, I think I got 1 in though. Let's have a look at that. Yes. Right, so get you name tagged. No. No takers for that one. Alright. Go in the other one. Oh, you idiot. There we go. Number 3. Number 3's in. And he made that really easy for me. Number 4. Right, so I'm just going to get this cleaned up and I'll be right back. Right, so I've got all that cleaned up, got the 4 guys in, all secured, the glass blocks pushed down on top, and I've also been around here and spawn proofed all of this with gold pressure plates, which is a bit of a flex, but it's not like I'm low on gold, is it? Okay, so let's talk battering. Now, I couldn't have picked a better time to build this, because at the time of me recording this, the next snapshot for 1.16.2 has just been released, and there have been changes to battering. So there are a couple of things that have been removed, couple of things that have had their amounts changed, so there's a little bit to figure out. The things that have been removed are magma cream, which is a bit disappointing, and glowstone, which I'm not bothered about at all because I've got a quad witcher. The things that haven't changed are, I believe, obsidian, gravel, and crying obsidian. So that's great. We get loads of gravel and obsidian, and the crying obsidian is a great block. I love it. And the things that have changed is pretty much everything else, and all that has changed really is that they've had either their chance of getting them reduced or the amount that you get of them reduced, which will actually help me because these things give you items at such a rate. With the existing rules in 1.16.1, a hopper chain can only handle 2 at a time, so they do about 4,000 items per hour. A hopper chain, I believe, is only 9,000 an hour, so there's not a lot of margin for error there. Obviously, I've got 4, so I can't just put them all into one hopper chain. Now, what a lot of people are doing is doing something similar to this, with the droppers pushing them onto an ice path, and the slime block pushing them along, and then the hoppers doing it like that. Now, that's fine, we could do that, but I thought I'd try something a little bit different. Now, this idea doesn't scale very well, but just for 4, it should be okay. So I've got these hoppers coming directly out. Shouldn't have that there. I need these blocks so I don't go away. Right, so I've got these hoppers coming out the back. And what I'm going to do is have 2 of them, or do them in pairs. So these 2 will go into their own item elevator, and these 2 will go into their item elevator. And then what will happen is they'll go across a hopper chain into an item sorting system, and then into these chests. And these will go into a separate sorting system, but then still go into the same chest. So that could be quite fun. Now, as I said, that doesn't scale very well. You'd have to have a separate chain for every pair of piglins. But I think for 4, that should be good enough. So I think I'm going to do. I'm not going to do this on camera because my brain hurts just talking about it. So I'll get this built up, and we'll have a look at it works in a second. But before I start that, I forgot to mention the best bit. They will now give you blackstone in the same amount that they give gravel, which is great because I love blackstone, and up until now there hasn't been a way to get it automatically, and now we're going to get it through battering, which is great. Right, I'm going to get on with this filtering system now, and there we have it. Crazy amount of redstone later, this is all done and working. So let's go through from the start and we'll see what kind of madness we've got going on. So down here we've got the 4 Battering stations, and these are all working now. So all I've got is a chest up here that I just fill up the gold ingots because it does last quite a while. I mean, I have run it down now, but all these droppers are still full. So let's just pop through here. This is my little maintenance access area. Yeah, I know, whatever. So we've got 4 guys in here taking the gold, spin it all back out, and they're stood on carpet, which is above hoppers, so the items go straight back, and then they go into these dropper elevators in pairs. So these 2 go into this one, those 2 into that one, and then this hopper chain goes over there and into this item sorting system, and that one goes up and over and into that item sorting system. And this is like an extra bit of storage I've got up here, which I don't have for this side, so that may be something I need to change in the future because I'm getting a lot out of this, which I'll show you in a second. So these again just come down into this one, and everything you can access to the front. So let's go have a look at that and see how much we're getting right now. Okay, so this is the storage area, and as you can see I've got all item frames on, and already we're starting to get a crazy amount of loot from these things. So the gravel and nether brick's doing great. Obviously these are smaller amounts. This is one of the things that's going to change in the next version, 1.16.2. So you're only going to get 1 if you do get a fire charge, whereas at the minute I think you can get up to 5. So making on while I can and getting a few of these. And the ender pearls, getting tons of these as well. I do actually think this is a bit of a shame. This is a bit overpowered that you get so many ender pearls, because it takes away the need for building enderman farm. But, you know, I might do it anyway. And we've got the quartz, soul sand, tons of leather, which is great. And the string, that's not a big problem for me because I've already got the cave spider spawner. And then quite a lot of iron as well. I was quite surprised by how much of this we're getting. And then I've got these 2 empty slots at the end here, which would have been for magma cream and glowstone. But as I said previously, I'm taking those out because they won't be included in the future. So I'm saving these for blackstone, and the spectral arrows. So those will be going in there once I start trading for those. And then I've got the nether portal lit with the crown obsidian around it, which I love. I think this looks great. But I can't actually use this one properly yet because I need to set up the corresponding one in the overworld. I can go through this way, but when I come back through, I still need to come to this one. I did disable that at one point, but yeah, that didn't work. So, and then over here, these 2 hopper chains end up going into this overflow. So this is everything that's not sorted will end up in here. And this fills up quite a lot. I've emptied it out so many times. So I've got the books, the boots, and fire resistance. And then I've got the 2 that I haven't sorted coming through here as well. So obviously once we update, these won't come through anymore. And this is going crazy. Now, this is obviously something I need to expand on. I want to build another room at this side of the portal. And maybe do some smart stuff sorting these, because you can sort out fire resistance. Oh, sorry, you can sort out any potions using a brewing stand. So that could be a fun little project. And I'm probably just going to get rid of the books because they're just not necessary. And I've been throwing away all the books that aren't Soul Speed 3. So the 2s and the 1s, I've been getting rid of those as well. So yeah, I like to say this is working very, very well. And then I've put the roof on in this section as well. And I've got my little trading area for the clerics when I eventually get those in. But I don't think I'm going to get that done today because, you know, villagers, they're a pain, and I've already had that kind of fun with these piglins, so I've had enough of that. And then another thing I'm going to do in the future is expand this bit out, have another little room here, and this will probably just be for like manual storage, mainly for like emeralds and stuff that I need for trading with the villagers. Right, and with that, I think I'm going to leave it there, because this has been a crazy amount of work. But it has been worth it. I'm very pleased with how this is going so far. Got a few more things to do, but I think I'm going to wait till after the next update before I finish this off, just so I know if I need to adjust any times or anything like that. But I'm going to leave it there. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.